Hey y'all, I know it's been forever. Excuse how I look right now, but it's been a long 2 weeks. Yes, baby boy is 2 weeks old. Um, I was outside, well, I was out cleaning up and stuff like that, and then he got cranky, so I came and put him down for a nap. And while my other kids are out there playing the game, I was like, well, let me just jump on right quick and do this video and get out of the way. So yes, I have my cleaning clothes. Yes, I look a little rough. I look a little rough, but I'm about to go ahead and get this labor and delivery story time video done for you guys. Um, Today is December 12th. And like I said before, baby boy is already 2 weeks old. That time is flying by. Um, I know the lighting isn't the best in here, but I really want to cut on my bright lights to wake him up because once I'm done this video, I'm about to put him in his bassinet and go finish cleaning up. But yeah, I had a doctor's appointment on Wednesday the 23rd. Saw my doctor and everything, and she admitted us. She sent us to the hospital to be admitted. Um, Me and his dad got there. My appointment was at 8 a.m. I think we got to the hospital a little after 9. It might have been like 9:12, 9:15. We got up to, uh, we got upstairs to the labor and delivery floor. It took a little minute to get checked in. There was someone checking in before us, who didn't pre-register, so they had to get a lot of information from her and her husband. So I want to say I might have got in my room. It might have been a little after 9:30 when I finally got in my room. My nurse wasn't there. She was actually called into a delivery. One of her patients was delivering. So that took a little minute too. So the nurse that did help me into my room, she gave me a gown and everything to put on. But I didn't get started on my IV or any medication or anything like that until after, till closer to 10 o'clock. So like I told you guys, I did test GBS positive. This is my first time ever in all 5 pregnancies having that. So I had to get IV medication for that first. And before they can do anything induction wise, that medicine had to sit in my system for at least 4 hours. So I believe my nurse got me started on the medication, the antibiotic, around 10:10 or 10:15 or so. And she said 4 hours after that, which should have been around 2 p.m., my doctor would come, break my water, and officially start my induction. So I was under the impression that I wasn't going to get any, Pitocin or anything until after the 4 hours. So his dad had left to go check on the other kids. Cause like I said, we deliver, the hospital is like 45 minutes away. So he left home to go check on the other kids since nothing was going to be happening for 4 hours. I told him, I was like, well, you can go do whatever you got to do, because my sister was coming up to the hospital as well to sit with us. And so I told him, I was like, you don't got to sit here for all this time and nothing's going on. Like, this is our fifth baby. Like, I'm okay. Like, go do what you got to go do. So my sister came, and I want to say a little after 11 or so, because like I told you guys in my previous videos, I've had all my kids natural. Never got an epidural. I'm scared of it. That's nothing I ever wanted. Um, I've had Pitocin before in a previous pregnancy, and you know, I had no issues with it. Everything was fine. I was still able to deliver, naturally, no pain medicine, no nothing. So, my sister had already got to the hospital. I'm sitting there talking to her, and I just started feeling like this strong pain. I'm like, the nurse came in. I'm like, am I having contractions? Because, I'm having this strong pain in my stomach, in my back. And she's like, oh yeah, we went ahead and started you on Pitocin and da 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 da. And I'm like, what? Like, in my mind, like I said, in my water, nothing can be broke until 4 hours from now. So I'm like, And I don't know what level they had that Pitocin on, but them contractions, baby, them things was, they was hitting, okay? Because I'm looking at the monitor, like, they, like, off the charts. Like, I'm like, ma'am, so y'all started me on this and nothing can get started for a whole 4 hours from now? Like, in my mind then, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this, because all my other labors have always been, like, under 2 hours. Like, I think my longest, what? I think my longest was my daughter that I did get induced with as well. Well, I went into labor with her and they gave me Pitocin to speed up my labor a little because my contractions were spacing out. And even with her, like, those contractions wasn't that bad, but oh, what? You about to fuss? Hold on, you guys. Hold on. I'm back, y'all. I had to stop to nurse him, but yeah, like I was saying, even with her, I was, I want to say 2.5, 3 hours. She was out, so I wasn't in labor that long. Like, I've never had a labor over 3 hours, and I think that's what helped me to be able to deal with labor, pain free without having to get any medication or anything, because I never had to labor long. So in my mind, I'm like, these contractions are already like this, and I gotta go 4 hours before anything can be done, and no telling how much longer after that. So I was talking to my sister, and I was like, I'm thinking about getting some pain medicine or something, because I don't know. And at the same time, I was like, this is my last baby. And then I got my sister in the room with me. I don't know how she's gonna feel about seeing me screaming, because, like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, natural labor hurts, and I've never had a birth where I didn't scream, I didn't holler, I didn't yell. Like, that's me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Whatever I gotta do to get the babies out, I'm gonna do it. And not everybody can take that type of stuff. Like, even with my kid's father, like, he could not stand seeing me in pain, and there's nothing he can do about it. Like, so I don't know how she would have been in that situation. So a part of me was like, well, this your last one. Maybe get an epidural, enjoy it. Have a peaceful, relaxing labor for your very last time. Because after this, shop closed. Like, I don't plan on having any more kids. At my 6 week checkup, I'm going to be talking to my doctor about. I thought about getting a tubal, but I'm not too sure about that. But that's for another video. So just know this is the last out of the bunch. Like, this is it. So as the pain got worse, I was like, you know what? I thought of my call my nurse, and I was like, I need to get something for pain. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the epidural or whatever. And y'all, I don't even know why I did it. I don't even know why I did it, because after I got it done, I still felt contractions in my upper stomach and my upper back. And my nurse had to, she said, well, she called it a bolus. I guess she did something to administer more medicine or whatever. And my legs and my feet never got completely numb. Like, I could still move my legs. I could still wiggle my toes, move my feet. Um, it made me shake real bad, which I didn't like. It made me shake a lot, and that was towards the end of not my pregnancy, towards the end of my labor, when it was about time for me to push. I just started shaking really, really bad, and I didn't like that at all. What else? And also, what I didn't know, my doctor was like, she was gonna have to rotate me. She was like, because if you lay in one position for too long, all the epidural medicine will, like, pull to one side, and you will start feeling, contractions and pain on different parts of your body. I never heard that before either. So I'm like, okay, like, and that's why I didn't get to record a lot, because it was like a lot going on. Like, with her having to rotate me, I think it was every 30 minutes or every hour or so or something like that. She was telling me she was gonna rotate me. Y'all, I really felt like a little rotisserie chicken. Like, you know how they put the rotisserie chickens in that little machine and they spin them round and round and round and round? Like, that's how I felt, because I'm like, dude, like she turned me on the left side and had my legs crisscrossed in the stirrups, and then she'll turn me on my right side and have my legs crisscrossed a different way in the stirrups, and then she laid me flat on my back. Like I was like, gosh, like I really see how these little rotisserie chickens feel, because I'm getting turned this way, turn that way, turn this way, turn that way. So it was crazy. So I didn't get to like record a lot either. And then for some reason, like the epidural medicine made me feel high. Like my their dad was laughing because I kept asking him. I was like, "Is my eyes heavy? Can y'all see? Is my eyes heavy? Do I look high?" Like, I don't know why I felt like that. Um, that's another reason why I didn't like to get pain meds. I don't like to get anesthesia because I'm not a medicine person. Like I don't like Medicaid. I don't like taking medicine. I hate even pills and stuff. I don't like doing it. And I thought my hospital bed was talking to me. Like my sister's husband called her phone, and the ringtone that she has for him when her phone rings, it's like your husband is calling or something like that. It was saying, and I'm so high in my mind, I had my head the way the lady had me rotated at that time. It's like the little nurse call button speaker thing was on the side that I was facing. So when I heard her phone going off, I'm like, oh my God, the bed. I'm like, how the bed know my husband called? Like, y'all, I'm not even married. And I was, oh my God, how the bed know my husband calling me? Somebody get my phone, my husband. Like, I was just out of it. Like, and I'm glad they didn't record me doing any of that. So, yeah, I didn't get a lot of footage like I wanted to. So that was that. And so 2 o'clock finally came. I'm like, okay, we can finally get this show on the road, because, like I told y'all, I labor pretty fast. Like 1.5 hours, the babies is coming out. So I'm like, okay, he'll be here soon. 2 o'clock coming up. My 4 hours will be done. We can get this show on the road. Just my luck. My OB was delivering a patient, and this lady was in labor for a good while, because 2 o'clock came, 3 o'clock came, 4 o'clock came. My doctor never came, and the nurse told me, oh, she's stuck in a delivery. The lady still hasn't delivered yet, and I'm like, oh my God, like I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, like I'm just ready to get everything started at this point. So I want to say it was a little after 5 p.m., maybe like 5:05, 5:06, something like that. And I'm back. Y'all already know how that goes. Somebody calling my phone, but like I said, it was like 5:05 or 5:06. My OB finally came in. Um, I think when they broke my water, I think I was 4 centimeters or so when they broke my water. And about 30, 40 minutes after my OB broke my water, it was time for the nurse to rotate me again. So within those 30, 40 minutes, she decided she was going to check me since she had to rotate me. And she was like, well, I'm going to check you, whatever, while I'm doing this, just to see if breaking your water has started anything. And just within those 30, 40 minutes, I went from a 4 to 5 to 6 centimeters. And around a little after 6, she checked me again. And I went from 5 to 6 to 6 to 7 centimeters. And I want to say around, had to be around 6:30 or so, I want to say. She came to rotate me again. She sat me up in the bed, like what's the word I'm looking for? Having a brain fart. Uh, I can't think of the word, but she lifted my hospital bed forward, so like I was primarily sitting up in the bed, and she was like, that was to help gravity. That was for gravity help bring the baby down a little bit more. So I was pretty much sitting straight up in the bed, and I want to say it had to be around 7. She came back and checked me, and I think it was my OB that came and checked me. Actually, they laid me back some more, and they checked me around 7, and I was 9 centimeters, and a couple of minutes later they checked me again, and I was complete and ready to push. And so literally 2 hours after having my water broken, it was time for me to push. And honestly, I feel like it probably would have been quicker than that. I feel like the epidural slowed things down just a little bit for me. I heard people say that before, but I do feel like it slowed things down for me just a little. But overall, like I said, I never really been in labor over 3 hours, so this 2 hour time frame was pretty much on point for me anyway. So my OB was like, let's go ahead and get this bed broken down, yada yada yada. And it's funny because I was talking to my nurse. I was like, have you ever had anybody deliver that had an epidural and didn't know until the baby started crying? I said, because if you can't feel anything, like how do you know that the baby's coming out? Like how do you know? Like I said, I feel like I'm gonna just be done push the baby out and I'm not gonna know anything until he started crying. And she was telling me how that actually happened once to her. And it was funny because my OB looked down and she was like, all right, we don't ever get this bed broke down. She's going to deliver right here because he was literally coming out. And y'all, as they was getting the bed together, I started feeling contractions again. I was like, starting to feel something. And she was like, what are you feeling? Pressure? And I was like, no, I'm starting to feel my contractions again. So right when it was time to push, this epidural decided it wanted to wear off. It wasn't painful. Like I could still feel contractions and feel stuff like that, but it wasn't as bad as it was, when I didn't have any pain medicine at all. And it was just crazy, y'all, because at this point, like, I'm feeling everything. And it was like, we're going to help you put your feet up in the stirrups. And I'm like, I got it. Like, I put my own feet in the stirrups. Like, I was able to move around just that much. Like, I was already able to move my legs and my feet and everything. But, like, at this point, I could literally, like, I'm scooting myself down. Like, I'm doing everything. Like, it was crazy. And I only pushed I only had to do like two really big pushes. Once they got me up in the stirrups and everything, uh, I pushed through two long contractions, and he was out. Like, I literally felt him come down the birth canal. I felt his head pop out. I felt his shoulders and his body come out. It just wasn't really painful. Like, I can feel it, but it didn't hurt, if that makes sense. So in a sense, I kind of feel like, I don't know, like I feel like the epidural was pointless in a sense. I mean, it wasn't pointless because it did knock the edge off. But at the end of the day, if I was still going to be able to feel everything, I might as well have went without it. But it is what it is. Baby boy was still healthy. He was born at 7:16 p.m. He was 6 pounds, 3.3 ounces, 19 and a half inches long. My sister who was there, their dad decided to let her cut the umbilical cord, which is so special for her because I'm not going to put too much of her business out there, but my sister has had a few fertility issues. She hasn't had any kids of her own or whatever, which is another reason why I invited her to be in the room with me when I had Zayden, because I felt like that would have been a special moment for her, considering that she never, got to experience it. And when their dad was like, "You think your sister want to cut the cord?" Like, I was surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting him to offer that, but y'all, that made my sister's day. Like, it made her day. Not only did she get to witness, her nephew be born, but she also got to cut his cord and stuff like that. So that was a very special moment for all three of us. And I don't think I inserted a picture of her because I know I had some people asking me. I don't know where I had these pictures. I can't remember, but some people was asking me, who was that cutting the cord, and it was my sister. Their dad was there, but he let her have that moment to do that, which I thought was so sweet of him. But yeah, that's my labor and delivery story. Started off really long because to be at the hospital from 9 to 7, and I was expecting him to be born way sooner than that, but what can you do? Had to wait 4 hours before anything can happen, and then doctor got called into labor and delivery, so that held everything up. But all in all, from the time of my water breaking a little after 5, He was born 2 hours later at 7:16. 2 short pushes, and he was out. My doctor was like, "I'm so proud of you. You pushed like a pro." And she was like, "Well, after 5 babies," she was like, "I should know you know what to do." But yeah, it's kind of bittersweet though, knowing that that was the last time that I'll be in that setting. But I'm just excited now to see, how he grows, what type of baby he's going to be. Like, his brothers and sisters just love him to death. Like, I thought I was going to have to worry about my 2-year-old, but he's actually been very helpful. We want to feed him, we want to hold him, help change his diapers. So, like, it's awesome. Like, I wasn't expecting to have a fifth child, but I can't complain. I love this little boy to death. Like, he's such a cool, chill baby. Like, he don't cry, he don't fuss unless he's hungry. Like, even if he needs a diaper change, he doesn't cry. Like, he only cries when he's hungry. Like, this is the most chill, relaxed baby that I've ever had. And it's knocked out now. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired. Hey, you got a newborn and other kids, you know. But I just want to get this video done very quickly for you guys. Yeah, Mama about to shut up. I'm about to shut up. I'm about to get ready to lay him down. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share my videos, share my channel. We trying to grow over here. But please stay tuned. I'll have some more videos coming out for you guys. Hopefully I can get some more dropped today. But it won't be in this shirt because I know I'm about to shut up. But I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.